We on that late night tip. This is the introduction to the Sports Junkie, which is me, late nights. So yeah, I'm just trying to introduce going live more often and just hitting the vibe at night. Um, just checking in, viewing some stuff. Um, what I'm gonna do right now is because I don't even know who won what game four of the finals right now. I just needed a break from sports for a second, so let me check, and then I'm gonna check on some highlights. Let me get this here. Um, get that. Sign it again. Yeah, I just kind of started my setup like right now. I just been fucking with this streaming. I was trying to do Twitch, and then I was like, why not just go on YouTube? I'm trying to build this shit up anyway. It's kind of stagnant right now. Just posting my videos and shit. And by the way, um, if you want to follow me and keep up to date with me, definitely follow my TikTok at THA Sports Junkie with two S's, two E's, and yeah, man. Um, Also on my Instagram. Sorry, I'm trying to get everything set up. Also on my Instagram, the same handle, THA Sports Junkie, two S's, two E's, and I post on there. Instagram's kind of hard for me because I just feel like nothing fucking really goes on there and shit. Like it's just fucking. It's such a brick wall to break through. So I guess a lot of my shit is just kind of reposted on there. But anyway, yeah, I got a up to date brand new Mac computer, and then my old one I just kind of put in my closet, and then I was like, why don't I use this as my extra monitor? I literally did that in the last 15 minutes, and that's how I'm gonna do these streams now. So everybody's out partying, but I'm gonna stream and um, do my thing here. So let me log this in. Do this stupid shit. See, I haven't been on my other monitor in a while, so I gotta log shit back in just so I can access YouTube. Bear with me. Okay, I think we're in there. Okay.
They're on the road to the playoffs. They've had some ups and downs.
I want to see this. Okay. These are the highlights. Hold on. Let me, in case y'all just want to dip out. Um, Let me see what we got here. Yeah. Let me get the final score real quick. Damn, OKC pulled it out. Dude, that's a big missed opportunity for the Pacers. That's fucking weak. I just The Thunder, I know they kind of look like a powerhouse right now, but I just don't believe in them. And it's like even when they win the finals, I kind of just feel like they're a fluke. Cause it's like, who would you think would really get back here next year? I gotta say the Pacers. Like, I feel like Tyrese Halliburton can do way more things. He's like a to an extent like he got like Magic Johnson like skills. He can have a triple double every night. SGA has the ability to get 30, 32 points a night, and I just think he's a mid range demon. Like he just like dribbles right to the top of the key, and then he just dribbles left, and then fucking shoots. Like I hate it. It's like you need to get better at threes. He does have a three, but he needs to get better at threes. He needs to get better at his all around game. It kind of just seems like you go down like one lane. What's blocked now? Hold on. Oh, okay. All right. That was my old video. I was trying to see if I could watch my fucking YouTube like on my TV and just kind of fucking say what I want since I'm on YouTube, but you can't fucking do that. Idiot. But damn. Okay, let's see. Bear with me. A lot of people on this shit. A lot of people just kind of like, um, they sit and they kind of just waste time on the fucking stream. So I guess that's what I'm kind of doing, figuring this shit out. So yeah, I like this. My setup's pretty cool. Send this shit to my boy right now. Then I'm about to watch the highlights. Yeah, I got three special needs kids. Not that I'm getting into that right now, but I just figured, as they go to sleep and their day dies down, I'll come on here and stream. Since I am a single father, why not? So let me watch these highlights. Give y'all my feedback. This is my cup. Definitely a Giants fan living in the Bay Area. And then I got the custom, the Sports Junkie engraved on there. Shout out to, I forget what the company's called, but they make beer mugs out of, that's what I should have. I should have a fucking brew. I might get one in a second. They make beer mugs out of the barrel of a baseball bat. They also do metal ones as well. So I'm not advertising, but I thought this was cool. Father's Day is on Sunday, so I figured I'd get myself a fucking gift. Okay. The barrel is kind of too fucking big though, because like trying to take a sip and you're like, my mouth's small, but your whole mouth is like the fucking barrel is there. You try to get some liquid and it's fucking hard. But all right, let's go.
They've had some ups and downs. Many of those ups, though, were in responses to losses. As they have not lost consecutive playoff games yet. There's Lou Dort, attacks the rim, and a quick bucket. And I love OKC struggle with turnovers themselves in Game 3. Siakam kicks it out, extra pass, Halliburton. Naismith, nobody near him.
Oh, there goes Naismith. Finally coming out of nowhere. Damn, logo Hallie.
Zip code.
That was fucking
I mean,
nice.
the ball pops with this
That's
team.
like,
They are at
I
their
think I'm
best.
Steph Curry
Look at the
distance.
range on that three by Hallie. He looked comfortable last game. He starts out shooting.
Impressive early, Siakam. Good defensive Hartenstein. Siakam tries again. Corner three.
Nemhard, SGA killer.
Come on. Caruso, nice move inside. And knocks it down.
Who the fuck Caruso think he is? The fucking white AI?
Caruso gets a screen from Dort, then tries to cross the body of Halliburton, who's really fought on the defensive end all series.
Excellent depth. Jalen Williams, left-handed. He loves that shot.
Jalen definitely making a name for himself in this playoffs.
Siakam ends that play with a flourish.
Siakam, I am the captain now.
Alexander loves that elbow jumper. There's Alexander, one-on-one, Nimrod. Jump shot is good.
See that same fucking move by SGA. I'm a hater, whatever.
Just a little miscommunication. There's Alexander, pulls up, jump shot is good.
Same fucking move.
He's usually feeling some type of way after a loss and performs in a big way.
Where's Chet at? I don't see nothing being done by his lanky ass.
8 points in 10 minutes off the bench.
I'm shocked he passed that up.
The turnover, Caruso bumped by Toppin. Stein gets into Toppin's face.
Uh-oh. Toppin and Hartenstein, I like that. Let's go.
It depends. The referees typically take a review whenever there's some sort of scuffle.
So they are going to review it.
Hartenstein taking
After review, it's been determined that there was wind-up, impact, follow-through, and a non-basketball play. That foul rises to the level of a player foul, penalty 1. Following the play, a double technical foul also be assessed to Obi Toppin and Hartenstein.
fucking hate those cancel out fouls.
He's got 12. Williams has 14. Caruso 11. 3 in double figures for OKC. Beautiful pass again.
Yeah.
And Siakam finishes.
Hallie and Siakam are really a good duo.
Trying to kick it out to the corner. Digno.
Well, we know it's a foul.
That's why.
After review, it's been determined there was wind-up impact.
Oh,
contact
shit.
on the head. That contact will result in a flagrant foul penalty 1.
Fucking Dort, man. Dort is doing Draymond shit like, oh, I fucking elbowed this motherfucker. Oh, I didn't even know. Yeah, right.
Avoids the contact.
See, Holly, man. That's some Magic Johnson moves right there.
The second quarter, and the Hartenstein gets his own rebound on the miss. Back to Jalen Williams, drives inside, and a blocking foul counted.
Oh, that was a fucking charge. I think they want they want Thunder to win. The NBA does. They want the Thunder to win because they want a new anchor in the league. Like, who the fuck do you go to now? Like, who is that? They thought maybe Celtics, but that shit got nicked in the road. Damn, Toppin be hitting some fucking threes.
Gets it back to Russo and pursues the shot line for 5. Halliburton gets in the paint inside. Off the glass, it's good. goes back to get it. SGA crowds it. Siakam down the lane, takes it inside for Chapman. Largest lead of the game.
Regular season defense. This Indiana team, watch this play off the bounce.
Williams. 5 to shoot. Puts up. Puts it in. What a tough shot for Williams. Victory. How do you finish this off?
Just continue playing through this energy. The crowd is doing an amazing job.
27, but Caruso is doing absolutely everything in his power. They've stopped runs or they've tried to give momentum. Tough pass there.
Fingers topping down the other end and throws it down.
Look at this, and this was a mistake. He had the opportunity, just too much on that pass.
Pacers lost. How the fuck did they lose this game?
You're sprinting back.
They got all the fucking momentum.
He's got to put it up. Puts up the three. Hold it right there on another follow. Halliburton to Turner. Back out Halliburton. Shot clock at 5. He's got the 7-foot run.
Tied with 8 minutes left.
Inside off the glass. It's good.
See, Halliburton making fucking every penetration shot.
Trying to get away.
Every fucking layup.
Williams again. That black tank. Beautiful move.
I give it up to the Thunder, though. They didn't fucking quit.
As Jalen Williams goes inside. Beautiful move. Sidestep. Finds some room all the way down again. High off the glass again. Gorgeous.
Jesus Christ.
Halliburton drives all the way to the rim. Layup is good. For Halliburton heroics. Back to Williams. Thought about a three. Filters Alexander. Hits a three. Clutch bomb from SGA. Filters Alexander on the drive. Pulls back. Baseline jumper's good. OKC with their first lead of the second half. 32-point game. Played 40 minutes.
It's a free throw game. Right now, if you're in...
Just feel the disappointment from the Pacer crowd. As Gilgeous Alexander stays perfect at the line.
Indiana stole game 1, and OKC stole game 4.
That won't go.
It's easy as that right
OKC
now.
with a thunderbolt here in the fourth. Once again showing their resilience. And these NBA finals are tied at 2 games apiece.
They really are fucking resilient. To the home page. Let's see. Shit, wrong text. Let me see. They're showing Charles Barkley's feedback to this game. Let me see this.
Gilgeous Alexander on the drive, pulls back. Baseline jumper's good. OKC with their first lead of the second half. And a timeout call from Indiana. 29 points. Clutch buckets from the NBA MVP.
How the tables have turned here in Indiana. It's the Thunder who come up clutch, ending the game on a 12-1 run. And Loud City is in Naptown as the Thunder have tied up the 2025 NBA Finals at 2 games apiece. As we welcome you to Game Time Live at the Finals, presented by State Farm. With Hall of Famer Charles Barkley, 3-time WNBA champion Candace Parker, Hall of Famer Grant Hill. I'm Jared Greenberg. Many guests, including Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right here live on set. We'll hear from the coaches and players at the podium. But let's start with your thoughts here. We all kind of agreed before the game the winner of this Game 4 would go on to win the title. What did you see that was different down the stretch, Charles, in the fourth quarter?
Well, I thought the big winner tonight was Caruso. I thought he was the difference in the game.
I thought he was
love and he deserves it.
the big winner tonight, you know.
Party. Candace, give her some blocks. She said, Mathurin, I don't think he can play like that again. And he did not play like that again.
Mathurin can't play like that
McConnell didn't
again.
get all those steals. We wondered who was
25
up,
points.
OKC's bench going to step up. A lot of love. Jalen Williams played well. Hey, Shea did. You know, we talk about all the time, your star is supposed to be your closer, not your starter and to the middle of the game. That big three he hit and the travel he got away with, those were the two biggest players of the game. But I thought the player of the game was Caruso.
You know, going into the fourth, it seemed like it was the Pacers' ball game, right? And I feel like
Found out she's a lesbian like a week
it comes
ago.
down to crucial plays. There were huge missed free throws down the stretch. You talk about
But she
back-to-back
could ball
free throws
like
by Obi
fuck.
Toppin. You talk about live ball turnovers at the top of the key with Tyrese Halliburton. So I think momentum shifted in that fourth quarter. The ball was in SGA's hands because he was,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
he didn't have to
OKC
bring it up all
6.
game. So let's give it to J-Dub. J-Dub got them there. Caruso kept them there, and SGA took them home.
OKC
And by the way,
6,
Mathurin
I
missed
just
those
can't even
3
call it no more.
consecutive free throws as well.
Well, it comes down to end-of-game situations. And, you know, OKC did everything right, particularly on the defensive
Well,
end.
Greg,
3 or 4
Greg.
possessions defensively.
Come on,
as they
man.
were making their run and gaining momentum where Indiana got nothing. And this is a team that's a high-powered offense, a team that has executed well throughout the postseason in close games. Indiana was rattled. They were confused. They were out of sorts. So the defense of OKC was stellar.
OKC's run
To
is-
SGA down the stretch. I thought Neesmith fouling
They
out.
sweep
Yeah.
Memphis.
Really hurt
Memphis
them.
was all fucked up.
And Mathurin had to play.
Who
Missed
did they
those
play
free
after?
throws. Also had 2
Fucking-
really bad
Was
fouls.
Denver?
And anyway,
I think they
just-
would have
just
been better
poor
off if
end-of-game
they played
situation,
Denver
disappointing for Indiana.
in the
And I
Western
worry,
Conference
we talked
Finals.
about who wins game
They'd be
4
more
is gonna
prepared.
Probably or
And
maybe
probably
win
like
this thing.
winning
How
fucking
does
5.
Indiana
but-
emotionally recover?
Well, they're not.
From
I don't
a
know. I
loss
guess
like
this is
this
a
where
good,
you
this
had
is a
the
good
game won
series
and you gave it away.
because
And number one, they gave it away.
you know it's going back and
And I
forth.
thought you saw the difference between a all-star,
A good series,
guys
but
and really
I
good
don't think
players
it
and
has
superstars.
everybody's interest.
Shea brought this thing home. They're like, yo, big fella, bring us home. And I have no idea what the Pacers doing on the offensive end. Me and Grant were going crazy like, yo, man, get a ball to
SGA is
He's
cool.
your best
He
one-on-one
puts up the
player.
stats.
They didn't even run a play.
He's
to him.
too
They had other guys
one-dimensional.
trying to make plays. I'm like, no, get his ball to Siakam.
does the same
You know,
fucking
OKC
thing
like,
every
shit,
time.
Bring us home. But it was so frustrating because, Grant, we can say all we want to about Oklahoma City.
He doesn't even know what the
Pacers
fuck
blew
he
this
wants to
game.
say. He's like,
You said
Brad,
Siakam was still the leading scorer, and I don't think it took
forgot what I was
gonna
gonna say.
He took 1 shot in the entire fourth quarter. It was 0 for 1.
But listen, man.
And he was hanging out in the corner a lot of times.
He's like, shut up, girl.
But let me
I'm
tell you
talking.
something,
This ain't no
this is gonna
W.
hurt.
This is
game
the
gonna hurt,
NBA.
the Pacers, because they had this game under control. They were playing well. OKC was kind of like, okay, we might be in trouble.
Chuck needs a
And then all of
job,
sudden,
man.
They let
Fuck
him get
you.
close.
Chuck, you know what Big Mo is?
Hey,
Momentum is a
Yes,
real thing in the
it is.
playoffs, and I'm telling you, you lose a game like this in front of your home crowd, up 10 going into the fourth quarter.
I
That's
trust
why I said-
Candace
that's
Barker's
why I felt like
analogy
they
is
were
way
getting
more
that
than
tournament
fucking
series.
Charles Barkley.
Now they're gonna go
Even though
home and
Charles
go,
was
OKC is a
fucking
very
incredible
difficult
as a
place to
player.
play. They're gonna ride that energy. They got to get some more help, though. I will give Coach credit, though. He actually played everybody.
Yes.
And
8 guys in the first quarter.
I have no idea why he was showing this rotation. Hey, and let's talk about the elephant in the room, Shaq. I mean, no, that's not
That was funny.
He's catching strays. He's off already on vacation. He's not here.
So what? He's still a big elephant. But the lineup changed.
Yeah.
That was the team. Even though when they were losing, I said, that's the team I saw all year that I thought would win the title. They started their 2 big guys. He played everybody on the bench. Give the coach credit for saying, I was wrong. Hey, it's so hard for coaches because, they don't want to admit they're wrong. He was wrong for changing that starting lineup, but now they got the momentum back, and it's going to be tough on the Pacers.
And they didn't play well.
is gonna be
That's
tough.
the thing. They hung their hat on their defense in the fourth quarter, only giving up 17 points. But if you look down the line, OKC shot 3
Bold
of 17
prediction, Bill.
from 3-point line, and this is point
Shit.
like wide open.
This
catch and
was
shoot
the game
threes.
that
I mean, you look at Wiggins,
Pacers
didn't
need
play
to
well.
have.
Look at Wallace, didn't really knock down the three
Or
well.
they're
So
fucking themselves.
Those are the role players
This
that are
just
going
let
home.
Thunder
and
completely
you're
back
gonna
in the
feel
series.
pretty good going home.
Because they got away. Because, man, it looked gloom for those guys. It looked gloomy when they were down 10. I'm like, uh-oh.
Well, especially you said in this day and age,
It's water.
with the 3-point shooting. Only
I
make
should go get a fucking
three
beer right
pointers
now.
is one thing, but then I just thought Shea was gritty. You know, he shot officially 12 of 24, but it wasn't an easy 12 field goals. I mean, they harassed him. They were physical with him. I thought he was tired.
Pacers
there
are
late in the
finally
third quarter,
learning how
played
to
the whole
fucking
third
play
quarter and beginning of
SGA.
fourth. So he just found a way down the stretch, and that's what great players. That's what
Let's
Chuck
see if
said.
there's any more
Superstar players
fucking
do.
highlights.
Just find a way on the road to carry your team and hit those 2 big shots down the stretch, including this one right here.
Remember, he was held to just
Where he was
20
fouled.
24 points in game 3.
Yeah, they probably lost this fucking game. Oh, I want to see Skip Bayless comment on this shit. They probably lost this game because fucking Tyrese is smiling too much, man. Once he starts smiling, he thinks he's got the fucking trophy already, and he fucks himself.
I've been covering the NBA since 1976. Out here in Los Angeles, I started.
Dude, this guy and all his videos ever since Undisputed has stopped, he's like, every fucking video he starts like that, like he's gonna fucking go into cardiac arrest or something, or needs a fucking breathing machine. Watch, here we go. Oh shit.
I've been covering the NBA since 1976. Out here in Los Angeles, I started covering the Los Angeles.
All right, Giants, what do you want? Let's go. Talk to me. I want to see these post games too. See Halliburton crying. Yeah, they are. Especially with, I hope, I haven't heard, but have they heard about Chapman yet? I heard he was out. They thought it was like inflammation, but they're doing an MRI or something on him. So Chapman reminds me of like, he's like a fucking anchor for the team that like, we have to be so grateful that he re-signed last year. Because not just because he's third base, but I kind of feel like he's like a Matt Williams like type guy. Like he's fucking solid, and everybody's rallying behind him. Fucking, I fuck with it. Fucking, I was hearing too that like they're saying that not just because we're tied for first, but we're the only really competition for fucking Dodgers. San Diego's trying to like get in the mix, but they're like, you ain't fucking for real. So yeah, finally, man. Fucking was looking bleak with our fucking off seasons and shit in the past, but you know, it's good to have a fucking winning product on the field. And I do need to go to a fucking game this year. Definitely do. Because why? It's nothing like it. But yeah, shout out to LaRussell, man. should at him so he could, sponsor this live. But yeah. All right, let me get into this Skip Bayless fucking thing.
I've been covering the NBA since 1976. Out here in Los Angeles, I started covering the Los Angeles Lakers for the Los Angeles Times. And in all those years, all my years covering the NBA,
we needed someone in there that knows what the fuck he's doing.
Make that shocked, make that flabbergasted by what happened over the last 10 minutes of a game than I was flabbergasted by what I just witnessed in Game 4 at Indiana.
Why don't you got a fucking job yet?
There was no way in heaven or hell that I thought my hometown team, the Thunder, could survive down 7.
Oh yeah, all of a sudden you got a fucking OKC hat on.
Clark's house with her in the
Fuck
front row.
here.
There's just no way. Not with Hallie running
Mr.
the point.
I'm a fucking San Antonio Spur, Kawhi, fucking
just taking over. Every one of them just attacking like they got Oklahoma City's number. They got Oklahoma City on its heels. And Drew, as they call him, Andrew Nembhard, was in SGA's head and in his jock. Known him since Nembhard was 7 in Canada. SGA was 9. Knows him inside and out. Not afraid of him. I think he doesn't even have any respect for him. That's the way he attacks him, physically and mentally, no respect. And it just looked like SGA was a complete and utter basket case. The Pacers were in utter, complete control, up 2-1, and it looked like for all the world it was going to be 3-1, and it was going to be over. There was no way the Thunder could win 3 straight games against
they shouldn't have won that fucking game.
That had its number, even though the odds makers, even though Vegas keeps saying, no, Oklahoma City is way better than that team, and way better, and way better. Even tonight, after Game 1, they're a 9.5-point favorite. Game 2, they were 11.5-point favorite at home. Then Game 3, they were 5.5-point favorites at Indy. And you know what happened in the fourth quarter? They got blown off the freaking floor in the fourth. What was it, 38-16? And tonight, they were 6.5-point favorites. 6.5. And after 3 quarters, I'm saying, how? Why? Because clearly Indiana had proven through 3 quarters it was the better team. And through 3 quarters, the Indiana Pacers were plus 27 from 3 because the Thunder had made 2 for the entire game.
Yeah, all right,
and
whatever.
Would you believe that the
Get
Oklahoma
show
City...
already. Let's see this.
Michael Eaves, thank you so very much. When they needed him most, the call, smooth as ever. We call him.
Real quick. Yeah, let's see what ESPN is saying.
Michael Eaves, thank you so very much. When they needed him most, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he answered the call, smooth as ever. We call him Shea Butter for a reason, cold under pressure and cooking when it counted. 15 points in the fourth quarter, and all of this sudden the series is tied at 2 games apiece as we head back to Oklahoma City here for Game 5. The difference was the fourth quarter here. When you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder, I mentioned that Shea had 15 points alone. The Pacers scored 17 as a team here in that final frame as we welcome you back inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse here just after the conclusion of this pivotal Game 4. And Stephen A., you made quite the proclamation as fans started to stream out of this building.
Yes, I said that if the Pacers won this game, they're going to win the championship. If they lose, we're going to a Game 7 because I think both teams the rest of this way will protect their home court. That's what we're looking at right now. This is a big-time win for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They were down 10. They weren't moving the ball with any fluidity. Every single shot they were taking looked difficult and contested. Meanwhile, Indiana was playing within the flow of their offense. They were passing the ball. They were sharing with one another. The spacing was sublime. You looked at them and you said, damn, they're going to win this game. And then Shea Butter answered the call. Let's not forget Jalen Williams at 27. But Shea Butter did his thing down the stretch. OKC went on a 12-1 run to end the game in the final 2 minutes and 58 seconds. This series is tied. They're going back to OKC, and the Thunder officially have the momentum in their favor right now.
The MVP has 35 points in this game, and it felt like Mark Daigneault. He really preserved his star up until the end because he looked so tired at the end of that fourth quarter in Game 3.
He did, but the trust, Malika, that he had in J-Dub and Jalen Williams, and Jay Will stepped up to the plate. First, second, third quarter, he held it down. SGA took him home. By the way, Pat McAfee and OKC, we don't need nobody on the mic to get them hyped. They're going to be hyped. That building is going to be rocking. But let me say this.
It was rocking here, too,
it was
spectacular.
Spectacular. I love this crowd. But let me say this. I said before the game, this was a legacy moment for the Big Three. SGA, J-Dub, and Chet with a monster double-double, and that damn Swiss Army knife, Alex Caruso, will cut you everywhere but loose. He handled his damn business tonight.
Well, I think we saw Oklahoma City do what the Pacers did in Game 3. They took control in the fourth quarter. When the game was in the balance, we saw that vaunted Thunder defense step up. We saw the MVP do it. Honestly, we expect him to do it in some ways, but he hadn't done it yet in this series. In that moment, he had not done it. He took over the game. For Oklahoma City to win this game and shoot 3 of 17 from 3,
there's a lot.
That's a lot. That stat, you look at it, you just put that stat up and you go, did this team win or lose? They were 3 of 17 from 3. They lost. No chance they won. They won by what, 7 points?
Bob, we was talking, and I'm shooting this out there. It was a point in that third quarter where I thought Oklahoma City looked defeated.
Yes.
And I told Bob, Malika, Stephen, I said, I don't want to say that they quit, but they looked tired, they looked defeated, then all of a sudden, that spark, they just kept getting stops after stop after stop, but they grew up in front of our eyes.
Let's
tonight.
also give Coach Daigneault some credit because ultimately near the end, you had Shea and Jalen Williams in working off of one another, and I'm looking at them, that two-man game, and I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to see. Now you got options, and as a result, evidently, Pat McAfee, I was right. He went on that loudspeaker.
They got some kind of beef.
It's all fun.
Yeah, right.
As we look ahead to Game 5, Bob, it felt like close games. They have behooved
Yeah,
the
but
Indiana
Stephen A.
Pacers
was
up until
playing
this point. Maybe
solitaire
some momentum has been snatched
and
back
shit
here by the Oklahoma City
during
Thunder.
the
I'll tell you
NBA
what,
Finals.
we
How
can
the
all
fuck do you
acknowledge
do
one
that?
thing. This thing's a lot closer than we thought it was going to be. These two teams are a lot closer, and that makes for compelling basketball. And so far, this has been a fantastic final.
It has been so much fun to...
Fuck, where's I want to see the Tyrese. Oh, this fucking crying, fucking press conference. Stick with the Shea.
Shea Tomer with clutch points. Remember in the third quarter, there was a play where you got the ball but the elbow, took a one dribble jumper from the free throw line over Nemhard. When they're trying to be as physical and trying to wear you down as much as they are those looks something maybe you guys have to explore more to get you more in your spots, one dribble pull up over the smaller defender?
For sure. There's a variety of ways to attack any defense, any coverage. I think the trick is keeping them off balance and sprinkling a good amount of everything in there. Try not to be predictable.
Pause.
Especially when you play them 6-7 times in a row. Trying to keep them off balance as best as possible. And I feel like we had a good mixture, a good flow tonight.
Tim McMahon, ESPN, it seemed like every touch was tough for you for the first 3.5 quarters. You get to 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, you guys are trailing, seasons on the line. What opened up? What allowed you to finish the way that you did?
I just tried to be aggressive. Like you said, I knew what it would have looked like if we lost tonight. And I didn't want to go out not swinging. I didn't want to go out not doing everything I could do in my power and my control to try to win the game. The guys deserve that much from me. The coaching staff deserve that much from me. And I just tried to be aggressive, but also just let the game come to me, not try to force anything too crazy. And I guess it paid off.
Back right.
Shay, I was asking Coach Dagnall about just your demeanor out in games, especially when you said you knew what this game meant, how much was on the line here. But he says, you never know based on how you look, your face. You could be having dinner on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
What is it about?
You could never fucking tell if he's pissed off or not.
Your expression never changes. Your demeanor doesn't change much, even in these
That
moments.
is probably an asset.
Yeah. I think I just try to get lost in competing, lost in trying to figure out what I can do to help this basketball team win on any given possession. That's what I try to get wrapped up in. That's what I try to completely focus on. Now it's a little bit tough at times given the situation and what's at stake, but that's what I try to wrap my head around for the most part.
First row.
Hey, sir. Joel Lorenzi with the Oklahoma. You guys hadn't won a fourth quarter until tonight. What have you sort of learned over the course of the series to be able to withstand the quarter? And I guess second part, Cambridge was just saying that as you guys spilled off the court, there was a sense of relief. Did you sort of feel that? And what was behind that?
Winning any quarter for us looks like us getting stops. That's first and foremost. We do that, we give ourselves a chance to score easier baskets, play faster. But when we don't, it's harder. Just naturally, it's hard to take the ball out. Their defense gets set and then try to score over set defense. And if you're playing this late in the season, you have a pretty good set defense. So it's going to be hard if you don't get stops. And it came a little late tonight, but we strung together enough to get a W. And then what was your second question?
Can't even fucking hear this guy. Speaking to the microphone.
Not so much relief. Personally, I just much rather win than lose. But I still feel like we have so much work to do. We're halfway there, obviously, but it's still so far from the finish line. I'm so focused on the next opportunity and trying to take advantage of that.
First row on the left.
Shea, you don't get a lot of catch and shoot threes compared to a lot of other NBA players, but you had a massive one there on the right side in that little two-man game with Dub. Just tell me what's gone into your work on even some of the smallest aspects of the game, the things that you might not get a ton of, but that are showing up here, obviously, in crunch time basketball.
Yeah, I think I work on a lot of things. I try to be the most well-rounded basketball player that I can be. And then
what the fuck did he just say?
I just try to be aggressive. Try not to be predictable out there, and try to take what the defense gives me. And my work all season, all summer, allows me to be aggressive in those moments and be confident, and that's what that was.
Third row, Vinny.
Shea, Vince Goodwill, Yahoo Sports. Teams down 2-1 have produced some great performances in recent history. Giannis in Milwaukee, Steph a couple of years ago against Boston. When it's 3:52 left, do you sense the game is in the balance, I can make sort of my stamp on this game here, not necessarily in history, but just do you sense the moment?
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Winning, especially this time of the season, it comes down to the moments. It's going to come down to late game. Every team is good. It's barely going to be a blowout. And it comes down to the moments and who's willing to make winning plays on both ends of the floor. But yeah, I relish those moments, love the moments, good or bad. When I was a kid shooting on my driveway, I'd count down the clock for those moments, and now I get to live it. So it's a blessing, it's fun, and I relish it.
Fourth row on the left.
Daniel Belvia. So you and Dub went to that two-man game late in the game. Seemed like you guys made the right decision every single time. Can you just talk about the benefits on getting to that two-man game?
Oh, here we go. Pacers.
Go ahead.
We'll take questions for Coach.
He wants to get the fuck out of there. Listen. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We'll take questions for Coach. First question right here in the front on 2.
Jackass.
Rick, you guys are up 103 to 99. About 3 minutes and change there. Only have 1 point the rest of the way. Just kind of what did you see from the offense that got stagnant?
Yeah, we got stagnant. Their second shots were a big problem.
Fucking Jim
when
Carrey.
you're able to rebound, it's hard to continue to play with pace and tempo. I haven't looked at the end of the game yet, so I don't have the blow by blow for you. But give them credit. They kept attacking, and their defense was great down the stretch.
Fourth row on the left.
Shakia Taylor, The Athletic. Rick, you all had 20 assists in the first 3 quarters, but only 1 in the fourth. What do you think caused that?
A lot of the same stuff I was just talking about. An inability to come up with rebounds, an inability to get key stops was a part of it. And then, we just got too stagnant. The ball was not being advanced quickly enough. We weren't creating problems. And we were up against the clock a lot, so things got very difficult. But you got to give Oklahoma credit.
We were stagnant.
They made it very difficult.
Another fucking word.
Front left, Tim.
Rick, from the very beginning of the series, you've talked about how it's an 18-day grind. How important is that mindset now that you know that it's at least going 6 and that you've prepared yourself for one that's going to go either pretty close to the end or to the ultimate end?
Take questions around the room. Please raise your hand. We'll have a microphone brought to you.
Who is this guy?
Scott on the right side.
Don't get mad again, buddy.
Pascal, what did the fourth quarter feel like? You guys missed all of your 3-point attempts. You only got up 1 shot. What did they do to be disruptive in that fourth?
I thought we took some shots. We missed them, like you said. They made shots. They went to the free throw line a lot of times. We just didn't execute at the end of the game. And we didn't get easy shots. And the easy shots that we got, we missed them. So, and they made them.
Next question, second row here.
Zach Kiefer with The Athletic. Pascal, Carlisle said you guys just got stagnant on offense. I'm curious if you would agree with that late in the fourth quarter. You guys have been so good in those moments throughout the postseason. Would you agree that it just kind of got discombobulated at the end?
I think we didn't execute well. I think and again, we missed some shots.
Ooh,
so,
it's a rift. He doesn't think they were
obviously that looks
stagnant.
away, when you miss shots, so it always looks like, we didn't do what we're supposed to do. But we watched the film and try to get better.
Back right, on 1.
Pascal, Rick said this was a big disappointment. How do you assess this loss in terms of disappointment?
Yeah, no, obviously we wanted to win. I thought we played well enough for some stretches of the game to put ourselves in a position to win.
You guys did, man. What the fuck happened?
And I think every
all right, let's go
loss
to
at this point
Tyrese. He's bored. This is
a
boring.
disappointment.
Back row on the left.
Samantha Horton with WFY Public Media. With the series now.
Take first question right here in the front.
He looks sad.
Fifth,
Come on, Hallie. What the Hallie?
James Boyd, The Athletic.
Ty, in the fourth quarter, only 1 assist, 20 assists in the first 3 quarters. Why do you think it got so stagnant late, and what did they do perhaps differently to affect the game so much?
Yeah, we got to do a better job. I got to do a better job of keeping pace in the game. Thought I did a much better job of that last game, especially down the stretch, keeping pace, getting rebounds, and really pushing. I think we got to do a better job of when we do get stops, getting out and running. A lot of times in that fourth, we were fouling too much, taking the ball out, having to, kind of run something versus, just random basketball. So,
He's tired.
I got to do a better job there. Watch film, see where I can get better. But yeah, that's on me. I gotta get us playing faster down the stretch, and I'll be better game 5.
Tony up front.
Tyrese, you're up 4 with just 3 minutes to go in the finals. Give that one away. How do you feel right now? How does that one sit with you?
Frustrating, of course. You want to win that game. Especially a game at home where, like you said, you have the lead late.
Everybody's listening to
but that's just not how the cookie crumbles today. And so take a shower, watch film, see where we can get better, and be ready to go for game 5. I feel like myself personally, I could be a lot better for us as a group, and we just gotta get more stops down the stretch. 17-point fourth quarter. After the offensive success we had all game, I think is really shows we gotta do a better job moving the ball, and I think that starts with me. So we gotta be ready to go game 5. Obviously going into a hostile environment, we gotta be ready to play, and for us to win, we're gonna have to win one down there. So we gotta be ready to go, and we got a couple days to sit on this, watch film, see where we can get better, and I'm excited about the challenge.
Jamal Collier from ESPN. The first 3 quarters, you guys, what did you like about the defensive effort that you guys had, especially on Shea? I think he didn't have an assist in the game, and then kind of what do you think also allowed him to get loose late in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I thought we did a great job of mixing things up. Drew obviously did a great job shepping his minutes. Double A, I think we're just trying to make it as tough as we can on him. We got to do a better job of not fouling. I think that's where a lot of our mistakes came. But I thought we did a good job. But he still ends up with 35. He's a tough cover. So we just gotta collectively keep making it hard on him. Keep rebounding and running.
All the way here to left. Tim Reynolds, AP. Tyrese, Rick has been saying since the start of the series that it's an 18-day thing, and it's almost like he's been planting the seed that this is going to go for a while. How important is that mindset, as it turns out now, that it's going to go at least 6?
Yeah, I think as a team, you just got to be ready to respond. Every game is different. You just got to be able to respond when your back's against the wall, and that's where we are right now. So obviously that's a frustrating loss, but as a group, I still have a lot of confidence in ourselves as a group. We got to be ready to go down there and fight for 48 minutes. It's going to be a challenge, but this group has been resilient all year, and I wouldn't want to go to war with any other group. So I'm really excited about game 5.
I like that.
Dustin DePierre, Indianapolis Star. You obviously talked about what you feel like you guys could have done better in the fourth quarter. But how did you see them dial it up?
I still feel like the Pacers could pull
kind of
this
make
out.
a point to take away.
Yeah, I thought they they went more to that, the 4-guard lineup, that got us stagnant there. But I still think there's a lot of areas for us to get better. Felt like we got some good looks, just missed some good looks. So again, watch film, see where we can get better. Guys will be ready to respond in a couple days.
Anyone else with a final question? Back right. Hold on.
Hey Darius, in the second quarter when you got that and one, you celebrated after make.
Was not expecting that, boys. Let's see what. Kevin Durant's post-Warriors legacy blows up Gil's arena. I always watch these guys, dude. They're fucking hilarious and hella insightful.
So do you agree with KD saying his career since leaving the Warriors has been successful? What you got, man?
Me?
Yeah, what you thinking, man?
I think that the expectations are there, right? You got him, Harden, and Kyrie in Brooklyn. I mean, everybody thought it was going to be NBA Finals, you know what I mean? Which, they didn't get to play together. Then he goes to Phoenix. He's got Bradley Beal. and he's got Booker with him. Expectations high, and they don't really perform. I don't think that his legacy, as far as an efficient, one of the greatest scorers, is affected. But I think when you talk about GOATs or you talk about top five, like, you know, it always comes into the discussion of winning. And he hasn't won since he's been in Golden State. And some could say that he only won because he was in Golden State. They were already rocking and rolling when he came up.
Come on now.
You know, so
I'm starting shit on the internet.
They were rocking and rolling. They did have one ring.
Too bad. I'm starting shit.
2016, they had a 3-1
Love
lead over the
KD,
Cavs'
but
best regular
fuck,
season
man.
record ever. LeBron proceeded to win
Went
3
to
straight
shit
games.
after he left.
KD joins that team after that. They go on to win 2 straight rings and end up losing to the Raptors in that 2019 finals.
I think LeBron would have won 3 straight for sure if he didn't go to Golden
Oh, I
State.
forgot you was a fucking
Yeah,
fan.
LeBron would have won
basketball.
That's what you was doing the line
3
up.
straight.
Ah.
So they needed each other, you know. But outside, after we're talking about after the Golden State era, he's a great scorer.
Damn, that's cold.
But ruptured Achilles, able to come back and arguably the same, if not a better player after that injury, which we've seen ruin a lot of careers.
That's cold.
I get that, but
the game was never
he
built
didn't
on
win.
athleticism. So, efficient score, like he said, man. It's just it amazes me how people that's never played in the National Basketball Association can criticize and critique someone like Kevin Durant in this manner, right? Because just because you have a phone, you question this man's.
This is what they always
legacy,
go
like,
to. Oh, fucking never played in the NBA. We can't fucking say shit.
But the man's
Everybody
career
can
is
have a
what it
fucking
is. The numbers are
opinion.
what it is. His MVP is what it is.
I love Kenyon
Right? He
Martin.
went into
though.
these situations not to lose. He didn't expect that
Same
thing in
last
Brooklyn
name.
to blow up in their face. Went there to win. It didn't pan out. But COVID hit, all kind. So whatever the reasons were he didn't win in Brooklyn, it happened, right? From COVID, Kyrie not playing, it just, you name it, James hamstring, you name it, just, he can't control none of that. He went there to win, it didn't happen. Same shit in Phoenix, went there to win, it didn't happen, man. So it's not like he's going into these situations like, you know what? I'm gonna go that motherfucker, just make it to the first round of the year, y'all. Y'all cool with that? So y'all can talk shit about.
Based on what he's saying, okay, you could look at it at Golden State. You know, after KD left, we basically, I'm pretty sure either that year or the year after, we got D'Angelo Russell, and we fucking signed him to like a max deal. And luckily, we were able to trade him the fuck out, because I think we traded him the fuck out of there. And I think that's how we got Wiggins. And then that year, when we got Wiggins, or it was like a full year with D'Angelo, and that was, I remember just watching those games, and it was just fucking like a horrible year. It was just, you just knew we weren't going to do shit. I don't think Draymond played that much. I think Clay was recovering from his Achilles. And I think, I forget what Steph was doing, but still, like, so we had a fucked up year. We got fucking D'Angelo out of there. We got Wiggins. And then what did we do the year after that? We won the title. Steph got his 4th fucking ring. So all this excuses, like, fucking, you know, KD had these fucking players. He played with fucking Kyrie and Harden, you know, and then he's in fucking Phoenix with fucking Beal and Booker. Like, I get it's not working, but you can't say that, like, he shouldn't have won. He should have, but he didn't. And what can you say? Fucking KD left and Steph still won. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like, I'm not going to say it's all his fault, because that Kyrie aura in Brooklyn was kind of fucked up. But, you know, he thought Phoenix was going to be like way better, but it was whack. Like besides the stars that they got, who the fuck else did they got? What? Tyus or whatever Jones, what? Ogie or whatever the fuck his name is, Nurkic or whatever. That like, I think Draymond fucking socked him too hard because fucking he was tweaking at the end of the year before he got traded. So it's stop blaming everybody. You just couldn't pull through. That's it. I hate when they fucking do that shit.
This is what I want to do. Like, no, that ain't what he's in this to do, man. The man want to win. It's just unfortunate that injuries and a lot of other insinuating circumstances has happened. But he's been of every stop, he's been the most consistent thing there.
Yeah, I could agree
and you
with
can't
that.
question that. Like you can, but it's not. To me, it's not fair criticism, right? The criticism came leaving Oklahoma City and joining the team that y'all was up on. Cool, I'm with that. All right, but since then, the man went every situation trying to win. It just hasn't panned out. So, but everybody, like, we've been staying on this motherfucker, facts and opinions, and everybody has an opinion.
That they do, especially in the NBA Twitter community.
And they're like assholes.
They are. I was gonna allude to that, can you? But so
most of them stink.
When you look at KD's career post Warriors, do you agree with him saying that it's been successful?
His career. Are we going off of his career of what he's done?
As KD as an individual, I would say the team success hasn't been there like we talked about and discussed.
Yeah, see, so just like Katie says, I'm not a tennis player.
Not
So
playing tennis.
if you rank me on my performance, on how I came into every season, my All-Stars, my All-NBAs, my gold medals, my averaging 26 a game, then I've been successful. But there's 14 other players that has to be attached to this.
Yeah.
And a coach that has to be attached to this, and an organization that has to be attached to this for me to be successful. But when you're saying me, then you can only rate me by what I've done. And this is what I've brung in every season, what I've done. So I'm saying, hey, you're saying I haven't been successful, me as a person. And I have. I averaged 29, 26, 27. I played this many games. I made an all-star. That's me. My team, we done got fucked up. You know,
I
this
could
man
agree
didn't
with
do this.
that.
He got injured. My toe was on this line, but shit, I still hit the motherfucking shot. But I ain't got nothing to do with it. But as a team, I haven't been successful in a group setting when we do group projects. But my grade in the class is a fucking A still. My grade.
You're bringing an A to the group.
I'm bringing an A to the group. As a group, he didn't do this part, he didn't do this, but that's a group. This is a group project. So, the criticism is it's easy because fans use team accolades to team success to say how good you are as an individual, and that's not necessarily how it's supposed to work. But it is. It is, but it's not. It's not. Because we can find a whole bunch of people that has great team success. Because who gives a fuck if it's fair or not? It is a thing, right? When they want it to be. If I say, hey, where's Clay ranked amongst shooting guards? You're going to always put two shooting guards in front of him that have got no rings. Why this man sitting there doing this to a whole bunch of people? We're going to be like, yeah, but he was better than Allen Iverson. He's going to name a whole motherfucking bunch of people. So we only use the team success when we want to argue about something that we like. Right. Yeah. So if you don't like Kevin Durant, of course you're going to go against it. If you like him, you're going to defend it, right? It's that simple.
Kevin Durant said an important statement. He said this is a team sport.
Fuck this guy. I can't stand
It's
him.
not tennis. When you turn in a group project, does the group get an A or a B or a grade?
The group gets graded as a total unit.
Does anybody get graded on outside of the group?
No.
When you turn in a group project? Okay.
So you're saying because his team...
I don't want to hear nothing about me or I.
But they're saying him.
When we're talking about your success. because we play a game that is a team sport.
Yeah.
The success is contingent on the team success.
Yeah, but so
your individual accomplishments.
Yeah, I think the dude tweet was
they're giving you your opinion of what success can be to you, your accomplishments. But in the sport of basketball, the only success that counts is winning.
Mm-hmm.
And you are judged on that particular metric.
Not necessarily. No, I disagree. But the dude tweet was accurate. Brooklyn was a failure. But
Brooklyn was a failure.
Accurate, absolutely. Phoenix is currently a failure. Absolutely.
Biggest fucking failure.
That has nothing. The first line. the first line is bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, you're absolutely correct. Brooklyn was a failure. Phoenix was a failure. Absolutely. But no, shot like this man, like
he shows up every year and he does his part.
Yes,
I agree.
But
he does his part.
But you're calling him a failure. So that's so you put him in the group, right? So to your
he's failing right now because it's
if
a
you
team
put him
sport,
in a
like
group
they're
with
saying.
a bunch of D students,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he come in that motherfucker be like, hey, listen, thank y'all for being here, but we're gonna turn this motherfucker in. I already got it.
Tune
So we
in.
get
We're
this-
gonna be doing a lot more of these.
Why hasn't that happened?
Sports Junkie late nights.
Why? You just explain how it can.
Because
I
he's
will
not
definitely
said
be
I got
back.
a bunch of D niggas in.
Because guess what?
I'm a
I will definitely be back. Thanks for staying tuned. And these will be like more on the weekend, maybe a couple times during the week. So salute. Thanks for tuning in.